So, good morning to everyone. So, today we shall see the next topics. So, is it my screen is visible to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, is it my voice is clear?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So, today we shall see the that is load concept. So, unit load concept. So, how it is developed and what are its meanings and why we need to this do the unit load concept. So first of all, unit load means it is defined as number of items arranged such that they can be handled as a single object. So in case of the loads, in case of the material like sand and some you can say so which is having small parts. So if you want to transfer from one place to another place, so it is difficult to handle them individually. So that's why so we need to convert that into single object so that so we can transfer easily from one place to the another place. So that process is discussed here. देखो, so unit load can be accomplished by, देखो, this accomplished means it is can be done by. So this is first one is palletization. So palletization means it is so I think you are seen in the industries. So if you have any industrial experience, so in industry what they do is so if they want to shift the material from one place to the another place, so they use some pallets. So you keep the material, all the material on the single pallet. Pallet means it is a what you can say that is a surface means it is a plain object. So on which material is placed. Okay, so on that material is placed and afterwards it is material is shifted from one place to the another place. So palletization means it is an assembling and securing of individual items on a platform that can be moved by a truck or a crane. Dekho, so you can see here, so this object is placed on the some platform like thin object, thin plain object, so that that can be so shifted from the one place to the another place from by using the truck or crane. So this is called the palletization. So इससे क्या होता है, so sometimes you can shift the more number of items. So instead of a single item, so you can shift the more number of items at a time. So this will what you can say, it will save the time and cost of the transportation. So next is so unitization. So it is also the assembling of goods but as one component, as one compact load. So you can see, so if you want to transfer the materials from one place to another place where distance is long, so agar if you are using if you are transporting the material within industries, so in that case you can use previous method like palletization. So उसको time नहीं लगता ज्यादा, simply place करने का, उसको transport place करके transport करने का. But when it comes to the long distances, so in that case you need to cover it properly. So whatever the things you are transporting, so you need to cover it properly so that so there is no environmental effect on the that particular objects or goods. So this unlike palletization, so additional materials are used for packaging and wrapping of the items as a complete unit. Means उसको proper packing करके तो उसको transport किया जाता है when there is a long distances. So you can see the example here. So normally you can see trucks. So inside this, so your goods will be placed and they will be transferred from one place to the another place. So next is containerization. So this is also important concept. So as we have seen earlier, so containerization means it is, so already we know what is meaning of containers. Container means it is, so it is a some kind of place where we can place certain things. So that is called containers. So here, so containerization means it is assembling of items in a box or a bin. Suppose suppose if you want to transport the sand from one place to the another place. So in that case, what we do is, so we normally use the what we can say, trucks. So it is an assembly of, it is assembling of items in a box or a bin. So normally it is in a bin. It is most suitable for use with conveys, especially for small items. So earlier I told, suppose if you want to transport the loose materials from one place to the another place, so you require some containers, so that so you can transport the such kind of materials from one place to the another place. So is it my voice is clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, thank you. So next is principles or guidelines in selecting material handling equipment. So in industry or anywhere, so if you want to use the material handling system, so because in markets, so there are different kind of material handling systems are available. So when you want to select a material handling system out of the available in the market, so you need to understand, so what kind of application it is, means for what purpose you required, what kind of motions you required, so what type of material you need to transport from one place to the another place, what is the distance, okay, so what is the environmental conditions. So you need to keep many things in your mind, so before you are going to select the uh, material handling system for your application. So first one is, so depending upon the direction of load travel. So means what is the direction actually, whether it is so vertical or horizontal. So if it is vertical, so normally we are going to use the cranes and elevators. Cranes and elevators. Okay, so cranes, I'll think many of you aware of cranes. So normally it is kind of hooks is used to place the materials, and elevators. So elevators normally use, so suppose if you can see that in constructions, so where you want to transport the material from ground floor to the top floors, like sand, concrete, etc. So in that case, so elevators are used. So next is, if the distance of direction of travel is horizontal, so in that you can go for the conveyors. So we are mainly focused on this conveyors in this unit. So just I am explaining other things is just as introduction. So before we are going to go for main topic, so we need to understand the background behind that. Okay. So next is length of load travel. So means how much length you need to transport the materials, whether it is a small length or large length. So depend upon that also. So if it is small length, so we can go for the horsepower cranes. So otherwise, if the length is large, so we have to use the conveyors. So next is type of third one is type of properties and properties of load to be handled. Like suppose unit load or bulk load. So unit load means example, So machines, if you want to shift, so if you want to shift some boxes, big boxes, so they are called unit loads, means single object. So in that case, you can go for the hosting machines like cranes. So if the type of load is bulk load, like bulk load means it is sand or coal, etc. So in that case, so conveyors are more suitable. Next, there are other points also you need to consider. So capacity required means within particular time how much materials you need to transport. So that also you need to keep in mind. So afterwards, type of production process. So depend on industry means where the what type of production it is. So that also you need to keep in mind. So while selecting the material handling systems, afterwards methods of stacking loads at initial and final points. Stacking means loading and unloading. So how you are going to place the so materials on the conveyor systems means material handling systems. उसके ऊपर आप कैसे प्लेस करने वाला है, एक के ऊपर एक प्लेस करने वाला है क्या, साइड बाय साइड प्लेस करने वाला है क्या. So means how actually you are going to load and unload the material. So afterwards, so last you cannot ignore the things is cost, initial and operational costs. So cost अगर आपको bear नहीं कर सकते तो आप उसको definitely you cannot use that system. Okay, so this is also important. So these are the seven important points. So there are other points also you need to consider, but these are the important points so that you need to keep in mind. So while selecting the uh, material handling system, so these are, you can say, these are the principles or guidelines. Okay, so these are important points you need to keep in mind. So next is, so again, so selection of material handling equipments. Selection of material handling equipments. So again, selection of material handling equipments. So how you are going to select this? So previous points what we have discussed, so that you need to keep in mind while selecting. But apart from that also, so it is important to understand that main important parameters. So basically, they are, first one is properties of material. So properties of material means like what type of material you are going to transport, like whether you are going to transport the coal, whether you are going to transport the sand. So otherwise, whether you are actually going to transport the chemicals, because in chemical industries, so normally human beings cannot go to the remote places. So in that case, normally material handling systems are used. So sometimes what will happen, so if the material handling system material is very important sometimes, because so if that the load you are transporting, so if that is having certain properties, like it may cause some oxidation on the material handling system, so like that, so you also need to consider the properties of material. Okay, so that which you are going to transport from one place to the another place. Next is layout and characteristics of building. देखो layout कैसा है building का, so whether it is plain, whether it is multiple floors, so whether it is zigzag, means that layout of building also, so you need to keep in mind. Next is production flow, means you can say in the industries, so there is a flow, production flow process means from one machine to the another machines. So in that case, so how the actually production moves, मतलब एक प्रोडक्शन का एक प्रोसेस होने के बाद एक जॉब कैसे फ्लो होता है इंडस्ट्रीज में, so that also you need to keep in mind. So afterwards, cost considerations and nature of operations. So this is very important, nature of operations. So what is the operating temperatures? So what is humidity present in the operating conditions? So what is cold temperature? So temperature is very, very important. So if your operating temperature is more than 200 degrees Celsius, 300 degrees Celsius, so in that case, conveyor system plays an very important role, because so in such cases, so normally human beings cannot go and work. So in that cases, so we have to go for the material handling system. So these are the few things, selection of material handling equipments. Afterwards, so next is engineering factors. Also, you need to keep in mind, like its efficiency. Afterwards, it's what you can say, other capacitors, operating efficiency, so load carrying capacity. Okay. So next is reliability. Means how much days, how much, what is the life of that particular equipment. So how actually it is reliable, like whether it is of course breakdown frequently, so whether it is face any problems in between, so that also important. So these are the things, so you need to keep in mind, so while selecting the material handling equipments. देखो. So what are the main objectives of material handling system? So whenever we say material handling system, so it will be having certain objectives. What are its objectives? So why we use material handling system? material handling क्यों यूज करने का, material handling system क्यों यूज करने का? अगर यूज नहीं किया तो क्या होता है? So उसको suppose if we are going to use some system, means it should have certain applications, it should have some advantages, so as compared to the existing one. Okay. So there are few objectives of material handling system. First one is to minimize the cost of the material handling. So this is foremost important objective, minimize the cost of the material handling. Next is minimize delays and interruptions by making available the material at the point of use at right quantity and at right time. So it's very, very important in the industries, right time and right quantity. So otherwise, so other machines will stop working because of the, if you not supply the material on time. So next is, so it will definitely increase the productive capacity, so of the production facilities by effective utilization of capacity and enhancing the productivity. So it will increase the your capacity, so it automatically it will increase the efficiency of the industries. So next is safety in material handling through improvement in working conditions. So that is where normally human beings car cannot go. So some places, so at higher temperatures, so human beings cannot go. So in that case, so we have to go for the material handling system, so that it will be safe for the operators. So next is maximum utilization of material handling equipment. So this is also very important. So when you utilize it properly, then only it will be plus point, it will be useful. So otherwise, if you don't utilize it for the maximum capacity, then it will not be useful. So there is no point in use of material handling systems. Next, prevention of damage to the materials. So material handling systems normally transport the material by safely. So that is also one of the objectives. Before you are going to select, so this also you need to keep in the mind. Afterwards, lower investment in process inventory, because so it will not going to, it will decrease the inventory. So if you have the proper material handling systems, proper transportations, So inventory will be very less. Okay, so these are the main objectives of material handling system. देखो, so basically, so classification of material handling system or material handling equipment. So equipments are basically classified into three categories. So first one is conveying equipments. So these are also called the conveyors. Okay. So next is hosting equipments, and third one is surface and overhead equipments. So conveying equipments, hosting equipments, and surface and overhead equipments. So in this unit, so we are going to study in detail about the conveying equipments. Conveying equipments means, so they are conveyors. So this we are going to study in detail. Okay, so next is hosting equipments. So I'm going to share you the notes of all the units. So in that there are some hosting equipments, so you can see that. So means hosting equipments means it is cranes, elevators. So already you have seen in the practically. So afterwards, surface and overhead equipments like trucks and etc. Other miscellaneous equipments. So that will come under the third category. Okay. So in detail, so we are going to study about the conveying equipments. Okay. So let us study in detail about the conveyors. So what is meaning of conveyors? Conveyors are used for moving the material continuously over the fixed path. So it is important to understand. So industry में क्या होता है? So normally conveyors are placed to transport the materials from one place to the another place continuously over the fixed path. उसका path क्या होता है? Fix हो गया रहता है. So that system क्या होता है? Fix किया रहता है. So only through that path only, so that will be material will be transported. So conveyors are used for moving the material continuously over a fixed path. There goes. Next is, so types of materials handled by conveyors. Means what are the different type of materials so that can be handled by conveyors? So it is important to understand. So conveyors can handle bulk materials like sand, coal, etc. Means loose particles. So that materials can be handled by this conveyors. Okay. So next is hazardous materials like chemicals. So maybe any other hazardous to the human beings. So that type of materials also can be handled by this conveyors. Next, loose materials also can handled by conveyors, and packages also. So if there is any packages in the industries, so means load is in the form of packages, boxes. So that also can be handled by the conveyors. So these are the different type of loads, so that can be handled by the conveyors. So next is types of conveyors. So there are different types of conveyors. So we are going to see 7 most used in the industries. So 7 type of conveyors. So there are many type of conveyors. So but we shall go through the main 7 type of conveyors that is used in the different applications. First one is flat belt conveyor. So just I'm going to list out here. So in next slide, so we are going to study in detail about the one by one. Okay. So first one is flat belt conveyor. Second one is trough belt conveyor. Third one is blanket belt conveyors. Fourth one is woven wire belt conveyors. Fifth one is chain conveyors. Sixth one is apron conveyors. And seventh one is screw conveyors. Okay, so these are the different type of conveyors. So there are 7 type of conveyors. So let us see in detail about these conveyors one by one. So before that, I'm